One of the biggest tools the white supremacists use to control the general population is jealousy. Not just fear of minorities, but fear of minorities being more successful than you as a white person. Because implicitly, deep down, they know that they have a significant advantage over every single immigrant, over black and brown people in the US. Because of factors like racism, all you have to do is look to the government and see how white and how conservative it is. But they cannot accept the fact that somebody who came to America 5 years ago didn't know any English and was able to work themselves into society, get a good paying job, and take care of their family is more successful than them. They can't accept the fact that there are people who have come to America and done better in a system that was built for them. That is why I believe that a large portion of racism and bigotry in general is rooted in jealousy. It's not just about white people wanting to hoard the resources, it's about white people wanting to hoard them so other people don't get them. They would rather see people of color fail than another white person succeed, because it's never been about success, it's been about preventing others from doing well. That sort of spite is what keeps them going.
Most people don't realize this, but all racism is just jealousy that has mutilated so much that now it's so evil. It's legit the almost final evil form of jealousy. And I'm not talking about the systemic racism, the racism that's in the systems that, keep black people down and keep them in certain levels type of thing. I'm just talking about the type of racism that's in people's brains and their opinions and the biases they held, things like that. They're jealous of the things that maybe black people are capable of, or the natural bodies or faces that they're born with, or I don't know, maybe even the influence that black people have on things like entertainment and music and even sports and arts, just being jealous of kind of the culture that the black community holds. And mind you, jealousy is a very normal emotion. Jealousy is a normal human emotion to feel. But then when you don't clock your jealousy, when you can't accept your jealousy, you kind of hide it, and the more you try to hide something, the more it mutilates into something really, really evil. It's very similar to misogyny. It's very similar to hating women. Men, the thing is that a lot of people who are racist don't even realize they're racist. They'll have black friends and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But you don't actually look at black people as someone who is of equal, is equal to you. But yeah, it's very similar to women, because at the end of the day, a lot of men and women too, who hate other women and don't even realize it, it's because they're jealous of them. They're jealous of the privileges women have, and they're very different things. But then once you cross over women and also black women, it just turns into a whole different ballgame.
Also, racism is rooted in envy. That's right, white people. You're envious. That's why you're racist, because you envy someone else. You envy people who have culture and they have vibrancy to them and they are full of life. And you are envious of that. And you want to take it away from them because you don't have it. And I think you would really like to have it. But you don't want them to have it either. That's what racism is really rooted in, is envy. And so if you have any, and jealousy too, but, jealousy is seeing someone has something and you want it, and then you're supposed to take that and go inwards and be like, why do I want this? And how do I achieve that for myself? How do I get something like that for myself? But envy, it's wanting to take things away from people because you want it. But that's what racism is rooted in, envy and jealousy. White people, you got a lot of work to do, because you don't even realize how racist we don't even realize how racist we are in our everyday lives, because we're so steeped into it, into white supremacy. And you really need to start listening to black and brown people. And you need to go in their spaces and you just need to listen. Just listen. And you're going to get uncomfortable. And you're going to get triggered. But that's when you need to turn that back around on yourself and go, why? Why does that make me uncomfortable that they're saying this about me? Probably because it's true. It's probably because it's true, and you need to look at yourself and those behaviors and listen to these people that are telling you that you're being this way, and you need to fix that about yourself. Not fix it. You need to get rid of that. Like, do away with it, because that's not who you really are, is it? That's not who we really are. Okay? We can also be kind and loving people, full of life, just like people who don't look like us. And we don't have to take it away from them to have it.
Just your friendly reminder that racism is on the rise because people of color, particularly black people, are beating white people at their own game. Misogyny is on the rise because women are beating men at their own game. There's an attack on neurodivergent individuals because they're the ones calling out all of the things that are not right in this world. And there's an attack on transgender individuals because they're proving the gender binary is in fact a societal construct.
Family, many white folks are going against their race, saying that racism that they have against black people has always been rooted with jealousy that they have for black people in America. Family, after years of oppressing black people, many white folks do not believe that black people can be successful in America today. And black excellence, black success, any black innovation and black progress is making many white supremacists so jealous, and that's why they are pushing the agenda of racism in America today. Many white folks are accepting and saying that the only reason racism is still continuing in America today is because of jealousy. Jealousy because of black progress. Family, I want you to watch this video all the way to the end as we try and debunk this fact, why most white folks, are jealous of black progress in America and bringing a lot of racism to black communities in America today. Family, in a special way, I'd like to thank my subscribers who are supporting this channel by buying me a coffee. I do not take your support for granted. The link for buying a coffee is on the description box down below. Let's watch this video, then we'll be right back.
Racism is jealousy. How is it jealousy, you may ask? Okay, so I'm biracial. I'm black and white. My dad is black, my mom is white. And in my experience, having white friends with blonde hair, blue eyes, or whatever the case may be, my mom included, calling me the N-word hard R growing up, and still sometimes now. Racism is jealousy, and let me feed you in a little bit of why I think that. This doesn't go for everybody, but I feel like it goes a lot for the younger generation, and yeah. White people will go and make fun of black people for having big lips, yet white people go get their lips done. White people will say, things about black people's skin tone, but then go get a tan and try to be brown. White people sit here and say they don't like black people, yet they listen to rap and hip hop music. White people will say black people have big butts, but then are on a freaking stepper at the gym or getting BBLs out here or injections. White people use the N-word loosely, but are so scared to actually embrace their saying the N-word, and if they get caught online, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. If you're racist, you're racist. If you're so confident about being racist, then why are you mad that you're being exposed? If you don't like black people, why are you doing everything that black people do? Why are you stealing their culture? Why are you trying to get big lips? Why are you trying to get dark skin? Why are you trying to get a big butt? Because you're making fun of black people for having these types of features, yet you're hypocritical. And I think you're just mad because black people are beautiful. Black people got the best skin ever, the most beautiful skin, and when they get older, they look so much younger. Like, beautiful plump lips. Their music is fly. Like, who can lie on that? Not all white people, but some white people like to go get braids done in their hair, but still over here trying to be racist and everything. Like, girl, are you okay? Because it's just not adding up. Are you really racist or are you just jealous? Like, think about it, sis. It's okay to want what other people have without trying to put other people down. It doesn't make you look any better. My ex-friend goes and gets her lips done. She listens to rap music. Like, something's not adding up. When black guys would text her, she would act all flirtatious, but then behind their back would speak like racism towards them. Girl, you can't even embrace the fact that you're a racist, then what's going on? You're so racist. I befriended that friend because she was racist. I don't really talk to my mom much because she's racist.
My grandmother's racist, my grandfather's racist, and he will be confidently saying it out loud. He do not care. I obviously may not be fully black, but I am still black. And I have experienced racism. I have experienced differences. Like, if I'm with the white side of the family, like, I just don't look like them, like, at all. They're using the N-word towards me. Every time we get in some type of argument, it's always that I'm N-word hard R. I'm not the same as them and all this other stuff because I don't have blonde hair, blue eyes. I have curly hair, like... And then obviously, like, when I'm with, like, the black side of the family, I also don't look like them because my skin complexion, I'm more white passing. White passing with some black features. But, yeah, like, sometimes, too, it's hard being mixed. And you know what? This doesn't just go for black people. This goes for other races as well. Because people are racist towards other people, yet then go and get whatever they have done. Same thing with Hispanic people. Like, Hispanic people have beautiful skin. Like, it's nice and tan. Like, but people will say all types of stuff about them. Embrace what you have. It's not that hard. Embrace it. Stop being racist. There's no freaking reason. You're literally just jealous. And now you're out here causing mayhem for what? Whatever, sis. Every time somebody's racist towards me, I'm just like, okay. That's why you curl your hair. That's why you want my hair. That's why you try to get plump lips. That's why you try to tan your skin. Makes no sense.
I don't think racist white men think much of anything other than themselves. In my opinion, from my experience, most racist people, racist white men, are really not good people overall. Like, they're shitty people, period. They're shitty to women. Yeah. So I don't really know if it has anything to do with jealousy. I'm sure there's quite a few of low-key racist people, like maybe the younger generation, like the millennials and the Gen Zs. Like, I feel like a lot of those racist white young adults that I call boys, yeah, they're probably mad jealous. But the older generations, nah, I don't know if it's jealousy. But I don't know. And I really don't talk to many other men, period, besides here on TikTok, because that seems to be where my videos are being pushed. But so, yeah. I couldn't tell you the last time I really had a conversation with a white man, other than, like, at work or something. Oh, I don't know. Probably not the best person to ask that.
Racism is just jealousy. And when it comes to a certain demographic who don't like certain immigrants because they don't look like you, it's just pure jealousy, because it was fine for Ellis Island. But welcome to therapy, where we unpack your hate. Now, the reason why a certain demographic of people is jealous of immigrants who come over here who don't look like them is because of jealousy. Because immigrants, such as the one that people have a problem with, come over to America with literally $1 and a dream. They have $1 and a dream to make it work. They work together, they make it work, and they succeed. And you being jealous, you feel as if they shouldn't have that. They're not from America, and you feel as if you should get what you want on a silver platter because of how you look. They come over here and they work their asses off. They're not taking the jobs from you because they're doing the jobs that you feel as if you're too good for. So when you see an immigrant who don't look like you succeeding and you're not succeeding, you feel offended. You feel jealous because they're not from America. How are they doing so much? Besides looking at them and being jealous, maybe you need to take a page from their book and find out how they do what they do. And then your jealousy now forms into hate. So now you hate a group of people because you are jealous that they are succeeding with less than what you have. Besides you, as they say, as y'all say, pulling yourself up out of bootstraps and making it work. So to all the people out there of that certain demographic who has a problem with Mexican immigrants coming over here, or immigrants who don't look like you coming over here, you're jealous because they're coming over here and they're doing things that you're unable to do, but you feel as if you're entitled to have the certain things that they have. So with that being said, stop being jealous and just get on your grind.
Okay, so
They're never going to admit this, but racism is jealousy, and it took me a long time to actually come to that realization. It makes no sense. How are you racist towards me? You have lip filler to have lips that are as big as mine. You go and get tan to make your skin darker. You get a BBL to have the same shape that I have naturally, so you're jealous. It's the same as like when someone hates you because you have something that they don't have. Like, could be like friendships or even just relationships. It's like, ugh, I hate you. Like, I want this, I can't have it, so then I'm gonna hate you for it. I'll walk in a room black and proud because you're not gonna make me feel less than because of your jealousy, because of your hate. But is it uncomfortable? Yes. Is it weird to be around that? Absolutely. But then life really starts to be completely different when you start being more confident in the fact that you are absolutely beautiful, and it's gonna trigger some people. And it makes some racist people mad because of the fact that they try to make you hate yourself because of what you have. And once you get to the point where you don't hate it, they start getting mad. And unfortunately, they want black people to shrink themselves so that they could feel like they have more power. You being racist doesn't make me hate myself. It shows me how much you hate yourself. But anyways, to every black person out there, someone being racist towards you, it's not because you're ugly, but because they can't seem to understand your beauty. They just can't wrap their head around it.
Family, many white supremacists in America today are so shocked by the way black folks are still thriving in a system that was made to crush them. Family, imagine going through slavery, mass incarceration, redlining, Jim Crow laws, and any systemic injustices that still black people face in America today. Family, look at, the economic disparities that black people have in America today. You notice that black graduates rarely get works in America, while white people who have not achieved the same level of education get work easily. Family, black folks have been affected greatly when it comes to the systemic injustices that have been perpetuated, by white supremacists in black communities today. Family, they thought that after doing all these, black people will struggle. Black people would turn to be beggars. They thought that black people would suffer. Black people would solely depend on white power structures for them to thrive in America. But family, the narrative is changing. They expected us to be on their knees, on our knees, begging them. But family, right now, things are not the same. We are seeing a black people who are thriving, black folks who are coming up and starting businesses, black people who are employing other black folks. Family, black people are now living in the era where there's this scholar, George Fraser. George Fraser usually taught black people, telling them that it's time that black people build their own economy, in black communities. Ensure that you give black people an opportunity in your business, in your farm. That way, we will slowly stop depending economically on these white power structures. And family, this is working right now. Many white folks are pushing a lot of racism towards black people because they are seeing, black people thriving. They are jealous of black excellence. Family, one of the most thing that is making a lot of black people, to get racist abuses today is because of the jealousy that white folks have towards black success. They do not want to see black people thrive. They do not want to see black joy. Black joy to them is resistance. They do not believe that in a system built for them, black people are thriving in it while they are struggling. Family, you're seeing in the news and on TikTok and everywhere on social media, you notice a lot of white people crying over the cost of living, regretting voting Donald Trump. At the same time, black people are quiet. Black people are silent, and you wonder what is happening. What's running in the minds of these black folks? Why are they not complaining? Does it mean that they are living better lives? This is disturbing many white folks. They are jealous, and that's why they are pushing the racist agenda, in black communities. But that is not working today in 2025. Many whites are jealous that minorities are becoming successful more than them. Whites have fear that even with their privilege, black people can do better. Family, imagine the privilege that comes with whiteness. These people are in shock. They're in awe. How does these black folks manage, to even thrive in a system that is really, really trying to crush them down? How is it working? They are not believing, how these things are being, how things are working out for black people. This is pushing a lot of racism towards black folks because of jealousy. They aren't happy that black people are doing better than them in a country with a system that is built to support them. Family, a large portion of racism and bigotry is rooted in jealousy. They would rather, see a black person fall, a black person suffering, a black person begging, than see a white person succeed. Just imagine the hate in many white supremacists today in America. Just imagine the hate in these white people in America today. They'd rather see their people fail if it meant the failure of black people. And family, that is what you're seeing in America today. America is one country, one of the biggest countries in the world, that does not have universal healthcare. The thought that white people had in the time was that black people would benefit if universal healthcare would be passed, as something that would be able to support Americans. Family, in the process today, we are seeing white people also struggle to pay, for these hospital bills because they eyed it and saw that it was not fit for black people to get cover, in the hospitals. Family, look at the education system. Look at the tuition fees. In the past, they were targeting black people, and they thought that putting the college fees higher would mean that black people couldn't afford these fees. But family, today we are seeing black people paying them. Black people are comfortable. Black people have worked their way up. They can be able to sort these bills, while white people are struggling to sort the same bills. This is bringing about jealousy. How are these people thriving in a system that is meant to crush them? Why are these people becoming better and better each and every day? Why are these people so resilient? What is special about these black people? This is bringing a lot of rage in white Americans today. And that is why we are seeing them saying and confessing that a lot of the racism we see today in America is being caused by the jealousy, that black people are thriving in a system meant to destroy them. Family, I want to give you a few examples, on why racism is built on jealousy. They make fun of black people, big lips, yet they go and get their lips done too. They'd say that we have big lips, but funny thing is that you see them go for these surgeries to ensure that they have as big lips. They talk about how black people have big butts. But family, we see them go for BBL. We see them going for the injections. They want the same bodies that black people have. They say black people are too dark, but later you notice that they want, to be brown people. We see them do the injections too. We've seen white people who are trying to transform their colors. They want melanin in their bodies. Family, most of the racist white Americans today are pushing their racism because of hate towards black excellence, because of jealousy towards black excellence, envy. They are not accepting how are black people thriving in a system that is meant to crush them. They say blacks, they say they do not like us, but they like our music, they like our rap, they like our hip hop. This is just one of the things that makes you, understand the white hate, to black innovations, black progress, and also black excellence. Family, this is a thing in America, and I'm so glad that many white folks are opening up their eyes, calling out their people, admitting that yes, You know, many of the racism we see today in America is being caused by hate from our people. It's being caused by jealousy from our people. Family, I really, really hope that the message from these white folks would make other white people accept it and just know that black people are special beings. You know, nothing that you all do will make black progress go back. Nothing that you all do in the name of racism would make a black person fail. You know, that time has gone. You had control during slavery. You black people can not be slaves, you know, in the 21st century. Black people are woke right now. Systems, we know how we can go through these systems that would want to put us down and ensure that we thrive as a people. Family, this just prove that black people are special beings. Black people are loved by God. Anything you do can never put a black man down. The only person that black people fear is God himself, the one who's given them the tolerance, the one who's given them the resilience over the years to thrive in a system that has been made to work against them. Family, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this episode. Are you in support of the white folks who are saying that they are having a lot of jealousy to black progress in America today? Family, like the video so that it can be recommended to other YouTube users, and I'd be very, very grateful. Lastly, I'd really appreciate if you all took your time to subscribe to the channel. We are currently on the road to 50,000 subscribers. The goal of the channel has always been to tell black stories the black way and ensure that we do not give the white supremacists a second opportunity to whitewash our stories. Family, thank you so much and see you all in our next episode. Goodbye for now.